Hello everybody, welcome back to mathematics class. So today we are going to learn about square, cubes and also roots. So our main topic or our main material for today, we will learn about square and square root, and we will see what is the connection between square and square roots. And also we will learn about cubes and cubes roots. We will see the connection between cubes and cubes roots. But before we are going so far away about the material, I want to ask you why we need to learn about this, about square and cubes. Do you know, square and cubes is the kind of indicates, or in Indonesia, we call it perpangkatan. Now we will see the application of indicates. The first application is about population growth. Do you know? This is the diagram of population growth. You can predict it like how many people will live in Bali on 2025. Even though that's the future, but you can use the formula who contained about indicates, and you can predict it how many people. And next, this is the application. This is about the cell division of bacteria. Do you know, bacteria do reproduction with divide their body into a few pieces. Like this, from one pieces, they divide their body into 2 pieces, into 4 pieces, even into 8 pieces. If you want to know about this more, you can ask to your science teacher. And I want to remind you about the indicates concept. And you also can practice this at home. You just need to prepare a plain paper. And this is my plain paper. A square or rectangle plain paper is okay. And this is the formula. 2 with the power 0 is equals 1. What does this mean? 2 is mean I want to divide the paper into 2 pieces, and 0 I want to fold it into how many pieces, like how many times I fold it. In this case, in the first trial, I want to divide my paper into 2 pieces, but I didn't fold it. That's mean I still have only 1 plain paper, isn't it? And the next trial, I divide my paper into 2 pieces, and this is the formula. 2 with the power of 1 is equal 2. That means I want to divide the paper into 2 pieces, 1 and 2, and I fold the paper only once. It's equals 2. And the next trial, this is the formula. 2, this means I divide my paper into 2 pieces and I fold it twice. 1 and 2 is equal 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the last trial, I fold my paper 3 times into 2 pieces, and the formula is 2 cubes. It's equal 6. Let's recount together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's same, it's equal 6. This is just a simple example, right? But do you think, but how if we fold it more than this? If we fold for the 1 times more than 2 pieces. So for the first topic, we will learn about square and square roots. But I want to remind you, when you are in elementary school, you already learned about multiplication, right? Okay, how about 3 times 5? It's equals 5 plus 5 plus 5. It's equal 15. Because in multiplication, we just repeated the addition. But because square and cubes, there are the kind of indicates, we will use the repeated multiplication. Okay, this is the table of square and square roots. And I want you to find out what is the connection between square and square roots. Square right here, 1 square is equal 1 times 1 is equals 1. 2 square is equal 2 times 2 is equals 4. Even 4 square is equal 4 times 4 is equal 16. 1, 4, 9, and 16 is called perfect square. So square root is the roots of the perfect square. Roots of 1 is equal 1, roots of 4 is equal 2, and roots of 9 is equals 3. That's the connection between square and square roots. So, square root is the inverse from the square. Let's say if we have 3 square is equals 9. So we can write the inverse. 3 square is equal 9. And the inverse we can write square roots of 9 is equal 3. This is the square and square roots concept. Now let's redo the exercise how to find the square roots. The key to find out the square roots is you have to remember the roots, the square from 1 until 10. Because before we just learned only with 2 digits, but how if we solve more than 2 digits? Okay, let's find out together. How about the square roots of 2704? Okay, let's redo it together. Square roots of 2704. The first thing that you have to do, you have to divide it into 2 area or 2 pieces, 1 and 2. Start from the back, 1 and 2, and you have to put the straight line right here. And the back, in the front is 27 and the back is 4. And in the front number 27, you have to find number x. Let's say it's x times x, or okay, we don't need to do it. Let's erase it. You have to find a number blah 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 times blah blah blah. It's less than or seems like 27. What is the number from the perfect square? It's less than or seems like 27. It's 5, right? 5 times 5 is 25, but that's less than of 27. So 5 times 5 is 25. We put it here and we subtract 27 minus 25. It's equal to. Now we have to put 0 and 4 down here. And the next that you have to do is you have to add. 5 plus 5 is equal 10. And we have to find 1 0 and what number times what number is less than or seems like 204. That's 2. 102 times 2 is 204. So we put 204 right here. Is 0. So the square roots of 2704 is 52. 52. This is the answer. Now, the other question, we have to find the square roots of 17,424. Okay, I will write here 70,424. You have to divide it from the back. 1, 2, because this is division, you have to count 1 and 2. Because this is the square roots, you have to count from the back. 1, 2, 1, 2. Put the straight line right here. Okay, for the front number is 1, we have to find a number. What number with times with what number is equals less than 1? It's 1, right? 1 times 1 is equals 1. You put right here, you subtract 1 minus 1 is equals 0. You don't need to write down here. And we put it down 74 right here. And 74, we have, it's same like our previous exercise, a previous question. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 with what number times what numbers is less than or same like 74. It's 3. 23 times 3 is equals 69. 69 we put right here, minus is equal 5, and we have to put it down 2 and 4. 2 and 4, right? And we do the same stuff. 23 plus 3 is 26. 26 with which number times which number is less than or seems like 500, 2,524 is equal to, right? Is equals to is 424. It's 0. So the square roots of 17,424 is 1, 3, and 2. 1, 3, and 2. 132. Okay, right now we will learn about cubes and cubes roots. It's also same like square and square roots, and this is a table of cubes and cubes roots. I think you also already know about the connection between cubes and cubes roots. So cubes roots is inverse from the cubes. If we have 3 cubes, it equals 27. We can write the inverse. 3 cubes is equal 27, and the inverse we can write cube roots of 27 is equals 3. 1, 8, 27, and 64 is also called perfect roots. Before we just find the cubes roots from 2 digits, and now we will see how to solve or how to find the cube roots if that's more than 2 digits. I have 2 examples here. first is cube roots of 1728. But still, the key you have to remember the cubes from 1 until 10. Okay, this is the cubes roots of 1728. We have to count from the back 3 steps, 1, 2, and 3. And we have to put the straight line right here. And this is a little bit different with the square roots. Even the cubes roots, we just need to use the first number and the last number, 1 and 8. For the 1 right here, we have to find what number is less than 1. That's 1. 1 times 1 times 1 is equals 1. And what numbers has the last digit is 8? That's 2. 2 times 2 times 2 has a last digit is 8. So the cubes roots of 1728 is 12. And another example, cubes root of 32,768, 1, 2, 3, straight lined, 32. What number is less than or same like 32? That's 3. 3 times 3 times 3 and has last digit 8. That's 2. 2 times 2 times 2 has the last digit 8. So the cubes roots of 32,768 is 32. Okay, that's it for today's meeting. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, just ask me in the comment below. Goodbye.